Usually when I watch Netflix shows, I'm like, you know what, it's okay. It's a little bit mid, but The Good Place, that changed it a little bit. I am really enjoying The Good Place. Since I uploaded my first video talking about how much I like the first season, I have since then been very busy, been off of YouTube, but at the same time, I understand how hypocritical that sounds, but I've been watching some stuff at night. I've been watching all of Season 2 and all of Season 3 of The Good Place. So we're going to mesh both seasons into one video today, and unfortunately, I can't go through particularly every single little detail about it because it's a little bit foggy in my memory. I just have the main plot points. I'm pretty much just going to talk about what I liked and what I didn't like. If I didn't like anything, I don't think I did. Regardless, long intro. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with too many YouTube channels, and this is the Clenema channel where we talk about anything that I've been watching, reading, whatever, video reaction, something that I wanted to talk about that just happened. I've been watching The Good Place. Great show so far. Another thing is, if you didn't read the title, spoiler discussion. If you haven't seen Season 2 and 3, don't say anything. Don't watch this video. Don't comment down below. Don't go look at the comments. We're going to talk about spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Okay. So one thing that I was really confused about, and I was talking because I've been watching the show with my girl, and especially as I went through Season 1, I was like, okay, I kind of get the premise for the show, and I'm not like hating on it or anything. I love it. I think it's great. But I'm sitting here in Season 1, and I'm like, how the hell are you supposed to make 4 seasons out of this? Because I know the show's over, okay? That's pretty much all I know about it. And I was thinking, like, so they find out they're in the good place, they live, they like, Eleanor's not supposed to be there. Like, how do you even go about this? But then, it makes so much sense. And I'm a couple episodes into Season 4 as I'm making this video, so I can see how they're really progressing the story with this. And I think the storytelling for it is just phenomenal. Whoever came up with the idea is great. It's a weird comparison, but hear me out. It kind of reminds me about Attack on Titan when I was watching that show, because the first season, I won't do spoilers in case you haven't watched it. The first season's all about like Titans and eating, but then as the seasons go on, it's less about the specific thing that you saw in the first season, and the world expands and you see more and you see more and more with each season. So now you're getting, now at the end of Season 3, you have Eleanor, who's essentially going to be at the architect level, at the god level. She's going to control the entire place. And I'm not going to lie, this whole series threw me for a loop each time, because I understood the second season. I'm like, okay, I can see how this continues. You know what I mean? They figured it out. And now I was thinking, okay, you have 2 seasons. You're going to constantly reboot, and they're going to constantly like find each other. How are you going to make 4 seasons of this? But then again, as I mentioned, the world expands. So it's very interesting. I like what they did. It was interesting because the first time, they kept having their memories erased and kept going to each other. I like the fact that they didn't walk us through each and every single time. I like that we got bits and pieces here. Like a big storyline connection was that Eleanor and Chidi actually fell in love at some point. Very interesting, very uncharacteristic for them. And now Eleanor's kind of holding on to that. I don't know what's going to happen there, because at the point that I'm at, I can't remember if I'm 1 or 2 episodes into Season 4. Regardless, I don't know. That's a big plot point. I don't know how that's going to conclude. So I like the fact that we didn't go into watching each and every one, because that would have sucked if there was just 4 seasons of reset. Here's a different story, but the same premise. You know what I mean? I loved the way they built this. It was perfect. The director, the writer, it was perfect the way they did it. And the characters, I'm really growing attached to them. I like them. They're all charismatic in their own way. And even somebody who I didn't like in Tahane, I find her funny now. Oh, by the way, oh my God, I think my favorite bit in the entire series is the bit with, sorry, I'm actually just laughing there. Like, it truthfully makes me laugh, like Camila. I loved the bits with there. I found it so funny, especially the one where it's like, it's just so out of the blue, you know what I mean? Like the scene where they're in that art place and Tahani was trying to like, she ended up throwing a painting or something, I can't remember, but then she ended up getting handcuffed, and then Camila was like, oh, let her go, and everybody's like, oh, look how merciful Camila is. I rarely laugh out loud to myself, okay? But I enjoyed those bits so much. I love the joke out of everything. Every single time you see Camila, I find it hilarious. Best part of the show, in my opinion. I like crack up every single time, and I love how much more ridiculous it gets. Like, how merciful. Like, oh my God, she's such a great person. Art that Camila made. Oh my God, she is so smart and stunning and beautiful and intelligent. I could talk about that like all day. That's my favorite. Like, I get excited when she comes on screen, even when it was like a touching moment. Loved it. That's my favorite part about The Good Place. But regardless, so I was just talking about, and I'm losing my train of thought a little bit because I got thinking about Camila and all the jokes. Season 2 was very interesting, and then come Season 3, they're kind of just on the run, right? And now ending season 3, I know that they're going to participate in their own, what do you call it? Like their own architect, their own good place. That's what you call it. So they spent a lot of season 3 on the run, right? And I found that interesting too, like going down to Earth and them going around with Michael. And I still didn't trust Michael through that whole time. And you also had like a bunch of different kind of like influences, kind of thinking maybe you shouldn't trust Michael. Maybe you should. Maybe he's being too nice. Maybe he doesn't want to help people. Maybe he's just because he was a demon. But I did enjoy, there's not too much for me to talk about that because I did enjoy the way they built the world. It's really strange. It's comical. It's just different. I enjoyed the writing for it. And honestly, I'm not ready for the show to end. I'm in season 4 now, and it's one of those shows where I'm really, really enjoying it to the point where I don't want it to end, but I'm curious about how it will end. I don't know. Like, I would imagine they succeed and they end up going to the actual good place, but I could also see them being like, oh, well, there is no good place, and then they have to build their own place, like Mindy St. Clair, I believe that's her name. They have to build their own place, and Mindy was the only one in a good place, and she manufactured a place where she wanted to be all alone. I could see something like that happening. It's got to be a happy ending, though, right? It's got to be a happy ending for all 4 of them. Maybe one of them will sacrifice herself. Maybe Eleanor will sacrifice herself. One of them will have to go to the bad place, and she'll take it because she was the actual person who... then again, they were all kind of bad, right? Not Chidi. I don't think Chidi was bad. I love the way they described Chidi's death and stuff, dude. That was funny. But yeah. I'm interested to see how this is going to end. So, guys, if you could do me a favor, I'm very excited to watch Season 4. Just don't comment anything about Season 4 down below. Seasons 1, 2, and 3, you're safe because I like reading the comments. I like talking to you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, everybody. I will be uploading about Season 4 when I am done Season 4. But for now, if you're interested, I have things that I watch and I talk about on the channel. So they'll be on the screen for you right now. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Take care.